Hey guys, welcome to our Diablo 4 quarterly update for June 2020. Um, let's see here. We're just going to kind of scan through things and talk about a few things. Obviously, I'll put the link in for the Blizzard news for you guys at the bottom when this gets uploaded to YouTube so that you guys can take a look. But this came in my email last night, and so I was like, yay, more stuff, new stuff. So we'll start here. Team test play. So they talk about what they did at BlizzCon 2019, in which they pretty much let people play a demo. And let's see, it allowed them to stress test the demo, catch additional bugs, and make improvements before the show. And then let's see, for our most recent milestone, this is what I'm kind of interested in. We focused on blocking in all the elements in a region known as Dry Steppies, complete with campaign content, open world elements, itemization, PvP subzone, dungeons, and cinematics to cap the completion of the region's narrative. Our goal was then to have the team play the game from home over the course of 2 full days, and then spend some time analyzing data and discussing our reactions. So that's good. Their team's actually playing the game, taking a look at how everything runs, how they felt about it. Now, this is good as long as when they're discussing, they definitely come up with the pros and the positives and the negatives, and not just go, "Hey, we made a fantastic game," because sometimes it may be fantastic to you, but it may not be all that great. PvP subzone worries me. I don't think there's a place for PvP in Diablo 4 or Diablo in particular, only because I'm thinking of the characters and I can see so many ways that that's just gonna be ugly. Like Demon Hunter versus a wizard, or a Demon Hunter versus a barbarian, barbarian versus monk. Like I can already see who comes out winning without any real balance. And the thing is, they worked on talent balance within a character, but I don't think they worked on balance versus other characters. Like, the PvP zone sounds like a disaster thing, but, and you know, you want to try and put different content, and you know, and it sounds like what they're doing. So they're gonna try it out. I just don't see it being as part of the final product, although it could be, and then they may go, oops, we made a mistake, and they take it right out. I don't know. You know, but I'm just shaking my head about PvP in Diablo 4. um Word about blockout. Oh, this is kind of cool. So you get to see the world without all the nifty little decorations, and the world with decorations. Blocking out gray boxing levels allows us to play in areas where the art isn't finished. That's neat, because then they can walk through spots that they just haven't gotten to yet. It's also neat to see the world when they actually add stuff into it. Which I could see also too, this gray boxing up here for them too being cool, because they might be able to, just wandering through that without all the extra added stuff, catch bugs and little things just by walking along. And then they have a visual of one of the Diablo monsters. I like how they showed the 4 different options of how the face could look, 4 different options of what weapon they could hold. A classic demon from concept to block out to in-game art. So I'm gonna assume the first one's the block out. The second one I'm gonna say is from concept. It looks like, because it looks like a molded statue, which seems to be the way that Blizzard does their concept stuff. And then the last one I'm gonna say is the in-game look, which is pretty neat. Storytelling. Yay, we got stories. What are we doing with stories? Okay. I'm just reading this real quick. So basically it looks like they're changing the camera angles and stuff. Yeah. they're zooming in more and stuff for the stories, giving characters more action. So they're kind of really trying to drag you into this whole Diablo 4 world, which they kind of did in D2. D3 they did a little bit. The problem is we learned how to rush things pretty good. So we didn't have to watch the story over and over again. We just went, bum, 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 we know, and moved on. And I don't know if D4 is going to be like that. I mean, you might see the story once and go through. Unless it's like Path of Exile-ish, which would be like Diablo 2-ish. Then you may see the story more than once and remember, hey, they have a story. This is how the story went. I like these two concepts at the bottom. Pre-alpha and development. What are these here? Cinematics. I always love Blizzard cinematics. I'm like biased, so I'm gonna say I love these, even though there might be something that they could add or do more. But like for me, these are fantastic as is. So yeah, sorry guys. One thing I'm biased about, the cinematics. Cinematics are what drew me into most of the Blizzard games. I'd watch them go, oh my god, that is so awesome. And next thing I know, I was buying the game. And then the next thing I know, I was playing the game for almost life. Open world. I'm reading this real quick. So they show kind of a map of this world. Looks like playtest allows us. Okay, not of the world. This is of the dry steppes alone. That map looks huge. I have a feeling this is gonna be, yeah, gonna be a lot like Diablo 2 and then Path of Exile. And I will say I kicked and screamed. I didn't want it to be like Diablo 2. I didn't want to like have to relive that. But you know what? It might be nice. Who knows? It might be nice. Yeah. I have to try and keep an open mind because I do love Diablo. Like there, and even at that, I think I even said in other videos, even if it came out like Diablo 2, I was still gonna play it to some degree if I could. Okay, still reading here. While we have many open world activities such as crafting, events, world PvP, and side quests, perhaps the most popular open world feature was the camps. These locations of importance have been overrun by enemies, which once turned into friendly outposts with NPCs and a waypoint. Oh, that's kind of cool. So they kind of put waypoints in random spots in the world, it looks like. Oh, there's a backstory for each camp. That's freaking sweet. Like, just that they put a little story in for why these areas were overrun the way they were. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's kind of nice. And finally, mounts were another thing you could obtain during the playthrough. We really like how the open world interacts with mounts. If the world is big enough, mounts are not going to be a problem. It's a little weird. I'm almost saying that they're taking some concepts from World of Warcraft and applying them to Diablo. If the world is big enough, mounts is not a problem. If the world is small, like Diablo 3, then mounts would be a problem. Because there isn't that much to Diablo 3 to have mounts. Okay, so here they talk about multiplayer. Fine-tuning approach in multiplayer, Diablo 4 has been challenging. Our goal has always been to incorporate elements from the shared world games without the game ever feeling like it veers into a massively multiplayer territory, which is good. Because like I said, there's something in my mind that says Diablo should be a single player. Granted, I would play with other people if needed or for specific things. Now see, they say something about dungeons here, and I kept thinking, okay, this is gonna be D2-ish, and then it's gonna be like Path of Exile. And depending on how, like, this is what I'm wondering, because now I'm getting World of Warcraft vibes pretty heavy here. It depends on how they do the dungeons. If they do the dungeons where you can still go in single, it'll feel like Diablo. if you have to have extra people, which is fun, but if you have to have them, like if it's mandatory, then that's gonna be like World of Warcraft. And that's gonna be weird because that's veering away from like the Diablo world. Let's see, we think this, okay. It's worth calling out, while some coordination is helpful during these events, you never forced to join a party. Okay, so they are still making you feel like you're in Diablo. Thank goodness. Because really, I don't want World of Warcraft vibes in my Diablo. Just like in my World of Warcraft, I honestly didn't want Diablo vibes. There was some, it was kind of fun, but I don't want to feel like, hey, I'm playing Diablo in World of Warcraft, or playing Diablo and going, hey, I'm playing World of Warcraft. That's I want the games to be what they are. I want them to be unique to what they are, you know. I do like this picture of a world boss though. I think world bosses are cool. I think getting together for a world boss is not a bad idea, you know. Every once in a while, you know, everybody get together and just beat down one of these like horrific monsters from hell. That would be fun. Items and progression. Okay, so through the plus 2-day playtest, they were able to get feedback on the progression and how the gear is and skills. So basically, they're showing like how everything kind of brings up. You know, how we go like blue is less than yellow, yellow is less than legendary, and it looks like they just go up to legendary for now. So, you know, where we have ancient primal, they just have legendary. Like we just had legendary until they put in their ancient primal thing, just to give us a little extra something. And then we're down to other thoughts, where they just basically say that they enjoy play testing, it looks like, and they like the direction the game's going in, and they hope that we enjoyed the update and the direction that they're going in as well. So development is well underway outside of the dry staff. Use more sanctuary awaits in the coming updates. So yeah, I'm still excited for Diablo 4. I just, like I said, I want them to realize that, you know, some people like playing the mass majority of a Diablo game by themselves. Getting together every once in a while ain't a bad thing. Just, we don't want to be forced into groups 24/7, which looks like they got a pretty good handle on. I'm still thinking PvP is no go. Like I don't know. I just it kills me to even think that there's gonna be world PvP, because I just don't think there's any place for it. I really don't. Let me know what you guys think. Like, are you excited that they're gonna have world PvP in Diablo? Like, because to me this is a scary thought. And then dungeons, it'll just depend. If they do the dungeons like they do in Path of Exile, and you can go in alone, then it may maintain to feel like PvP, or like Diablo. If they do it in groups and you always have to be in a group, even though they say here, oh, you don't have to be in a group, then it's gonna feel like World of Warcraft to me. But yeah, anyways, in the comments below, let me know what you guys think. We just basically skimmed over everything, and we'll see where they take things in their next